Today I will be teaching you about volcanoes and an experiment to teach you to explain how eruption occurs. You can do this crafty experiment at home using these items: Play-Doh or clay, Coca-Cola bottle, bicarb soda, a cup of vinegar and props to decorate. But first, let me tell you a few facts about volcanoes, how they are formed, what causes them to erupt, and how destructive they can be. What is a volcano? A volcano is a mountain that opens downward to a pool of molten rock under the surface of the earth, commonly known as magma. The center of the earth is hotter than the surface of the sun. The heat sends a lot of pressure through the mantle, the next layer. So that's where the mantle goes, in those things. This causes pressure and pushes the magma to cause an eruption of molten rock, gases and ash, and also lava. Eruptions can be a lateral blast or a lateral flow, and can also cause mudslides, earthquakes and tsunamis. An example of a lateral blast is the eruption from Mount Vesuvius, which destroyed the Italian city of Pompeii. It is fast and explosive. An example for a lateral flow is the most recent eruption in Hawaii, which is a slow eruption and gives time for people to escape. There are more than 1,500 volcanoes that are active in the world today. How can a volcano cause destruction? Volcanic eruptions can cause bad disasters like tsunamis and earthquakes, and loss of life and land. Eruptions such as a lateral blast wiped out the whole village of Pompeii, and more recently the village in Guatemala. So now I'll move on to my experiment. And also, firstly, when I do the experiment, I'll show you a few photos what happened to Pompeii. So they're one of them. But now Pompeii is known as a Roman city, and that's some of those pictures. And that's the end of my presentation. But then I'll show you my experiment.
Banana.
So if you want a lateral blast first, you need to use 2 teaspoons of 10 ml. And if you want a lateral flow, you need 1 teaspoon of 5 ml. So then you have to pour a few bits of bicarb soda, and then it will probably explode.
Explode on me.
So it's still going, and if you want a lateral flow, you have to wait for it to stop bubbling. Now you have to put a bit of 5 ml, pour it in. Funnel. So that will conclude my experiment, because my my bike up so it just went everywhere.
Just pick it up with your hands.
So my conclusion is that volcanoes can be very explosive and destructive.